गुरु गौरंगगंधार विकिगिरिधारी श्री श्री राधा विनोद बिहारी जू की जाय। श्री गोविंद गोपीनाथ मरन मोहन जू की जाय। नित्याल्प विष्णु विष्णुपार शुतर शुत शिशिमार भक्ति वेदांत नारायण गोसाई महाराज श्री गुरुदेव की जाय। नित्याल्प विष्णु विष्णुपार शुतर शुत शिशिमार भक्ति वेदांत वामन गोसाई महाराज की जाय। नित्याल्प विष्णु विष्णुपार शुतर शुत शिशिमार भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी महाराज श्रील प्रभुपाद की जाय। नित्याल्प विष्णु विष्णुपार शुतर शुत शिशिमार भक्ति प्रज्ञान केशव गोसाई महाराज की जाय। नित्याल्प विष्णु विष्णुपार शुतर शुत शिशिमार भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोसाई प्रभुपाद की जाय। नित्याल्प विष्णु महाभगवत शिल गोक्षरस बाबाजी महाराज की जाय। नित्याल्प विश्व शिल सच्चिदानंद भक्ति विनोद ठाकुर की जाय। नित्याल्प विष्णु वैष्णव सार्वभौम शिल जगन्नाथ दास बाबाजी महाराज की जाय। श्री रूपानु गौरिया गुरु वर्ग की जाय। श्री रूप सनातन भट्ट रघुनाथ श्री जीव गोपाल भट्टदास रघुनाथ शारद गोसाई प्रभु की जाय। श्री स्वरूप दामोदर राय रामानंदारी श्री गौर पार्षद वृंद की जाय। नामचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जाय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासरी गौर भक्त वृंद की जाय। श्री कृष्ण Sorry, let me just say that again because I got distracted. प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासरी गौर भक्त वृंद की जाय। श्री क्षेत्र मंडल गौर मंडल ब्रज मंडल मथुर वृंदावन धाम की जाय। सर्व अविष्ट विराट गिरिराज महाराज की जाय। श्री राधा कुंड श्याम कुंड की जाय। श्री यमुना देवी गंगा देवी की जाय। श्री तुलसी महारानी वृंद देवी की जाय। श्री भक्ति देवी की जाय। श्री पूर्णमासी योगमाया की जाय। श्री गोपेश्वर महादेव की जाय। जय श्री हरि नाम संकीर्तन की जय। जय श्री हरिनाम-चिंतामणि की जय। नामचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। श्री सच्चिदानंद गौर हरि की जय। श्री हरिनाम प्रभु की jai. One second, let me look at the calendar. Oh, today is Jai Srila Bhakti Vivek Bharati Gosai Maharaj ki jai. Tvidya Shubha Avirbhav Titi ki jai. जय श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। समागत गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल। Do the Mangalacharan and then begin. Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana-shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam yena tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Guruve Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Tadalaye Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tad Bhaktaya Namo Namaha. Shri Siddhanta Saraswati Tivilito Gaudiya Gurvanvaye Bhato Bhanuriva Prabhata Gagane Yogora Sankirtanaya Maya Varati Mingilo Daragatan Udhritya Jivaniman Krishna Prema Sudabdigahana Sukham Pradat Prabhum Tang Bhaje Vande Bhaktivinodam Shri Gaura Shakti Swarupakam Bhakti Shastragya Samrajam Radharasa Sudhanidhim Namo Bhaktivinodaya Saccidānanda Namine Gaura Shakti Swarupaya Rupanugavarayate Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadahmayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Vrishabhanusutan Vitavamatanum Yamuna Tatanagarananda Sutam Murali kalagita vinoda parang bhajago drumakanana kunjavidum smaragora Kelikalang Bhavagoragada Pakshacharam Shrinu Goragada Charukathang Bhajagodrumakanana Kunjavidum Tavaivasmi Na Jivami Tvaya Vina Iti Vigyaya Devi Tvang Nayamang Charanantikam Bhaktya Vihina Aparada Lakshai Kshiptascha Kamadittaranga Madhye Kripa Maitvam Sharanam Prapanna Vrinde Namaste Charanarvindam Bhaja Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Dandavat Pranams Indri Hari Prabhu Bhavatarani Mataji Nitai Mukesh Ji Archana Mataji Sarveshwari Mataji. Let's see, who else is there? Prajumna Prabhu, Mantramurti Mataji, Ganga Mataji, Brinda Didi, Haribo Brinda Didi, Rukmini Didi, Haribo, and I'm guessing Indira Mataji and Raseshwari Mataji, and let's see, 6 people on YouTube and Facebook. If you write a comment, I'll see your name. Dandavat Pranams also to the devotees watching in the future. Haribo. All right, so we are finally on the last chapter of the Nam Aparads in our reading of Harināma-cintāmaṇi. And isn't it interesting how the majority of Harināma-cintāmaṇi is just about the Nam Aparads? Like there's a little bit in the beginning, and there's a little bit at the end, and then like most of the middle of the big majority of the book, the whole middle is about Nam Aparad, because Harinam is so powerful that it doesn't really, like, all we really need to do is just refrain from making up these namaparads, and then Harinam will do the rest of the work. If we can just make it so that Harinam can touch our hearts. Right now, all these aparads are blocking Harinam from actually reaching us, and are like giving us, like from touching us, really. And so, so that's the most important thing with if when you're engaging in nam bhajan, most important thing is just don't criticize Vaishnavas. Don't anyways, I'm not going to go through the 10 offenses. Well, actually, let's recite the Sanskrit and then we will begin our reading. All right. Oh, wait, Rukmini, you said you got to this link manually. Does that mean that the YouTube link that I posted didn't work? Maybe there is a let me just check. Oops. Oops. Sorry. Uh, oh my God. Yes, I just noticed. Let me fix that. Okay. Thanks for pointing that out, Rukmini Didi. Okay. So let's begin. Wait, let's first recite the 10 offenses. Satam ninda namna paramamaparadhang vitanute yatha kyating yatang katamusahate tarvigarham Shivasya Shri Vishnur ya iha gunanamari sakalam Dhiya bhinnang pashyet Sakhalu Harinama Hitakara Guroravagya Shruti Shastra Nindanam Tathartavado Harinam Nikalpanam Namno Baladyasya Hipapa Buddhir Navidyate Tasya Yamair Hishuddhi Dharma Vrata Tyaga Hutari Sarva Shubha Kriya Samyam Api Pramadha Ashraddhane Vimukhe Pyashrinvati Yaschopadesha Shivanama Paradaha Shrutvapi Nama Mahatmyam Yapriti Rahito Dhama Ahaṁ-mama-di Paramo Namni Sopya Paradakrit. All right, so now we're on this last one. Shrutvapi Nama Mahatmyam Yapriti Rahito Dhama Ahaṁ-mama-di Paramo Namni Sopya Paradakrit. Hmm. I'm just seeing if I can try to figure it out. Uh, Shrutva api. So Shrutva means having heard, api means even after having heard. Nama Mahatmam, the glories of the holy name of Nam. Yeah, that person who? Priti Rahito, who is devoid of Priti, that Adham, that fallen person. Ahaṁ-mama-di Paramo Namni. And who, oh God, what's Paramo here mean? Anyways, who still maintains, they still have this conception that of um I and mine, like thinking that, I am Madhukar. I am from America. I like all these self-conceptions, all these self-designations, and also thinking that this laptop is mine, and these are my parents, and this is my this is my um these are my skills. This is my, all these. So somebody, even after having heard the glories of the holy name and having gotten the mercy of like all these, and you're still not able to give up this conception of I and mine. And that person, that is Namni of the name. That person, he or she, that person certainly aparadkrit, commits aparad. That's, I don't know Sanskrit, so that was just like, and I didn't look at yeah, that was just that's my guess. All right. So let's go here. See, how do they translate it here? Oh, interesting. Here it's shrutepi, not shrutvapi. Anyhow, I think it's kind of the same thing. So that person who is so fallen that even after hearing the glories of the name is still devoid of love for the name, but maintains the idea of I and mine makes an offense. Okay. All right, so let's begin. Just one thing I want to mention after yesterday's program, um, like right after I stopped the video, I was like just the idea of setting out a certain fixed amount of time for chanting was like something that blew my. I was like, oh my God, yeah! And then I realized, wait, that is the standard program that Srila Prabhupada set up. It's not really a thing in most Gaudiya mats. They do give lots of emphasis on chanting Harinam in all different Gaudiya mats and things like that, but there isn't a fixed time. Right after Mangalarti, everybody comes together and you sit and you chant Harinam for, you recite the 10 offenses and then you chant Harinam for an hour or however long. Um, but yeah, I just realized what a powerful, brilliant thing Srila Prabhupada set up. And that's been something that's because it's just like in the mod, it's I mean, generally, at least the months I've been in, it's kind of like you just, yeah, just manage to fit Harinam in your day somehow, and you're on your own. But yeah, just really making a very fixed block of time that's just for Harinam, and then everybody comes together and chants together, and yeah, it's very underrated. Um, and today, like I haven't done this forever, but like I just right after Mangalarti, I just chanted and I chanted it all the way till it's time to read, and yeah, this should be like a normal thing, but it wasn't, and I think this, anyways, yeah, it is. I sorry, let's just start. I'm just looking at the comments really quick. Okay, all right, so. Gada, wait, I just want to open up the comments so that I can check it out every now and then. Oh, wait, Rukminiti says paramo means more important. So I and mine are more important to that person than the name. Okay, great. Oh, actually, it's most important. I guess, okay, cool. Let's just look at that again really quick. So that person who, right, Shutvapi Namaha. Yeah, so they think. I and mine, even after having heard the glories of the name, that fallen person who is devoid of any love for the name, even after having heard the glories of the name, and they think aham mama adi paramo. They think that I and mine, this is the best thing, better than Harinam. It's like more prominent, right? That person commits an offense. Okay, cool. All right, let's start this. Gadai Gauranga Jai Janava Jivan Sita Dvaita Jai Jai Gaura Bhakta Jan. All glories to Gadai Gauranga and the life of Janava Nityananda. Glories to Sita and Advaita and the devotees of Gaur. Preme Gada Gada Haridasa Mahashai Sheshanam Aparadha Prabhu Pade Koi. With his voice choked with prem, Haridas Mahashai presented the final Nam Aparad at the feet of the Lord. Shuno Prabhu Aparada Sarvadham Doshe Nama Prem Na Hoy Udgam. O Lord, please hear about the lowest offense of all. Nam Prem will never appear while this fault is present. And then Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur writes a note. He says, even after accepting Diksha, many people who are materially attached to the physical body maintain the mentality of I and mine and fall from the path of bhakti. I am a Brahmana. I am a Vaishnav. I am a king. This is my body, my house, my children, my grandchildren, my wealth, my followers. Such an arrogant, false conception, such an abhiman, does not lead to a desire to cultivate nam bhajan. This is a heinous offense. One who is surrendered to the name will never commit such an offense. Name sharanapatir prayojaniyata. Prayojaniya. Okay, sorry. The necessity of surrendering to the name. Anyanay aparad koriya varjan namete sharanapanna hoibe sajan. Rejecting the 9 offenses, a true devotee, a sajan, will surrender to the holy name. Sharvida sharanagati sarvashastre koi vistarita bolite amar sadhyanoi. All the Shastra describes the 6 types of surrender. It is not feasible for me to explain them in detail now. Sharanapatir prakar, the various kinds of surrender. Sankhepe charane tava kori nivedan Anukulye sankalpa pratikulya visarjan. I will offer this summary at your feet, making a vow to accept that which is favorable and rejecting that which is unfavorable. Okay, so these are the first two. He's giving a summary of the six angas of Sharanagati. So first is Anukulya Sankalpa and Pratikulya Visarjan. Accepting the favorable, rejecting the unfavorable. And then Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, Anukulya Sankalpa, I will accept only those things in life that are favorable to bhakti. With this vow, one accepts those things that are favorable. And then I will completely reject those things that are unfavorable to bhakti. With this vow, one rejects those things that are unfavorable. Krishne rakhakari buddhi palak bhavana nije dina buddhi ar atma nivedana. Having the understanding that Krishna will give protection and maintain you, considering oneself to be insignificant, and surrendering oneself completely. Okay, so Krishna Rakha Kari Buddhi. Having the understanding that Krishna Rakha Kari, Krishna is my protector, and Palaka Bhavana. And thinking Krishna, considering that Krishna is my Palak, he is my maintainer and guardian. So that Krishna will protect me and that he's my maintainer and my guardian. And Nije Dina Buddhi, and then thinking oneself to be extremely deen, fallen. Ar Atmanivedan and Atmanivedan, surrendering oneself completely submitting oneself. E jivana na rahile na hoy bhajanam, jivana rakhai matra vishay grahana. If one cannot preserve his life, he cannot engage in bhajan. So only to maintain life should one accept material things. Bhakti anukula je vishay jatakhon, tahe rochaman vritye jivan japan. At every moment, one should continue one's life by developing an interest in those things that are favorable to bhakti. And then Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, Rochan man vritti. That means developing an interest, having a taste which is conducive to establishing a relationship with Krishna. Bhakti pratikula je vishaye jabe hoy, tahate aruchi taha varjibe nishchoy. When something is unfavorable for bhakti, one has no taste for it and totally rejects it. Krishna bina rakha karta nahi keho ar, Krishna she palak matra jani be amar. One will think, apart from Krishna, no one else is my protector. I know that Krishna is my only maintainer. Ami din akinchan shakaler char, adham durgata kichu nahi ko yamar. I am insignificant and poverty stricken. I am the most useless person of all. No one is as fallen or as miserable as me. Krishner sangsare ami achichira das. Krishna icha mata kriya amar prayas. I am an eternal servant in the family of Krishna. I only endeavor to act according to the desire of Krishna. Ami karta, ami data, ami palayita, amar e deha geha, santana banita. Ami vipra, ami shudra, ami pitapati, ami raja, ami praja, santaner gati. Esha buddhi chari, Krishna kori mati, Krishna karta, Krishna icha matra balavati. So, yes, somebody thinks I'm insignificant, poverty stricken. I'm the most useless person of all. No one is as fallen or miserable as me. I am an eternal servant in the family of Krishna. I only endeavor to act according to the desire of Krishna. And now here's the opposite. I am the doer. I am the benefactor. I am the maintainer. This body and house are mine. These are my children. This is my wife. I am a Brahman. I am a Shudra. I am a father. I am a husband. I am a king. I am a subject. I am the shelter of my children. So I will reject all these ideas and only think only think of Krishna. He is the doer, and his desire alone is the greatest. Okay. Krishner je hoy icha, tahai koribo. Nija icha anusare kichu na chintibo. I will do whatever Krishna desires. I will not even think about anything according to my own desires. And Haribo Chatamai Mataji and Gokuleshwari Didi. Krishna ichamate hoy amar sansar. Krishna ichamate ami hoy bhava par. By the desire of Krishna, I have been placed in sansar, and by Krishna's desire, I will be delivered from this material world. Dukhe thaki sukhe thaki ami Krishna das. Krishne chai sarva jive dayar prakash. Whether in distress or in happiness, I am a servant of Krishna. It is by Krishna's desire that I show compassion to all jivas. Hmm. Mama bhog karma bhog Krishna icha mata. Amar vairagya Krishna icha anugata. My experiences and the experience of my karmic reactions are dependent upon Krishna's desire. My renunciation is also dependent upon Krishna's desire. And Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, my experience of the results of karma within this world and my renunciation of that are both dependent upon Krishna. Sharanapati hoile atma nivedan hoy. When one surrenders, one dedicates oneself completely. Sharal bhavete jabe e bhava hoy. Atma nivedan tare boli mahashay. O Mahashay, when a mood of sincerity arises, this is known as Atma Nivedan, as full dedication of the self. And now is Sharanapati Vyatit Namashaya Jahahoy. Now the topic is taking refuge in the name without surrender. Just once again, opening up the comments so that I can see them every now and then. Okay. Shadvida Sharanag Gati Nahiko Jahar She Adhama Ahaṁ-mama-bhāvāparādha doshe char. Whoever does not follow the 6 divisions of Sharanagati, of surrender, becomes most fallen and useless due to the defect of thinking in terms of I and mine. She bole amito karta sangsar amar. Amito karta sangsar amar. Nija karma phal bhog sukha dukha ar. They declare, I am the doer, amito karta. And this is my clan. This is my sangsar. Samsaramar. I, uh, I only experience happiness and distress because of my actions, my own actions. Amar rakak ami to palak. Amar vanita bhrata balika balaka. I am my own protector, and I am the support for my wife, brothers, daughters, and sons. Amito arjan kori amar cheshtai sarva karja siddha hoy sarva shobha pai. My achievements are due to my hard work. And because of that, everything is perfect and beautiful. Ahaṁ-mama-buddhi-krame bahir-mukh-jan nija-gyan bole bahu koroye manan. Owing to their mentality of I and mine, such persons are actually averse to the Supreme because they stress great importance on their own knowledge. Shei gyan bole shilpa vigyan vistare ishwarer ishita namane dushtachare. They develop knowledge about certain crafts and sciences, but as a result of their bad conduct, they cannot recognize the hand of the Supreme. And Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, those who are averse think, we are very intelligent in improving various arts, sciences, etc., and this has increased our happiness. The truth is that everything happens by Krishna's desire, yet such persons never remember this. Śrīnāma-mahatma-shuni vishvasana kore loka-vyabhahare kabu Krishna namochare. They may hear the glories of Sri Nam, but they have no faith in them. However, due to their social obligations, they may sometimes chant Krishna Nam. Krishna Nam kore tabu nahi pai priti dharmadvaji shatajan jivane riti. They chant Krishna Nam, but still do not attain priti. This is the behavior of those who live the deceitful life of a dharmadvaji, a hypocrite wrapped in the flag of religion. Wrapped? Think I've never seen anybody wrap themselves in a flag, but maybe actually I have, but but I think it's more who bears the flag of. I think if I remember correctly, Srila Prabhupada to translate this as show bottle. I think so. Anyways, show bottle, religious person. So it's all for show. They're just holding a flag of religion, just showing, look at me, I'm so religious. But they're inside. They're they're not. It's all show. He lai uchare naam kichu punya hoy, pritifal nahi phale, sarva shastre koi. By chanting the name neglectfully, one acquires some punya, some pious results, but or pious credits, but not the actual result of priti. This is declared by all the Shastra. Okay, by chanting the name neglectfully, one acquires some punya, but not the actual result of priti. This is declared by all the Shastra. Ihar mulki. What is the basis of this? Maya baddha hoite aparadha hoy. Ihate nishkriti lab katin nishjoy. This offense is due to being conditioned by Maya. To achieve freedom from it is certainly very difficult. So there is a fruit of chanting the name inattentively. Just you get all sorts of material things, but you will not get Krishna Priti. Shuddha bhakti phale jar virakti hoilo, sangsar chariya she namashray nilo. Those who have attained the result of Shuddha Bhakti are detached. Those who have attained the result of Shuddha Bhakti and are detached, they have given up the material world and have taken shelter of the name. E dosh tyage rupai, the method of giving up this fault. Nishkinchana bhave bhaje Shri Krishna charana Vishay chariya kore nama sankirtan. Accepting the mood of a nishkinchana, of one who has no desire for material wealth, whose only wealth is Krishna. They worship the feet of Sri Krishna. They abandon mundane sense objects, and they perform Nam Sankirtan. She sadhu jane anveshiya tar sanga, koribe sevibe chari vishay taranga. Such persons seek out the association of sadhus and serve them, rejecting the waves of mundanity. Krame krame name mati hoibe sanchar, Ahanta mamata jabe, maya hobe par. By doing this, eventually the name will manifest in one's mind, and the concept of I and mine will disappear, and you will transcend Maya. Namir Mahatma Shuni Ahaṁ-mama-bhāv Chariya Sharanatoy Bhaktir Swabhav. It is natural for a devotee to surrender when he hears the glories of the name, and he'll give up the mood of I and mine. Namir Sharanagata Jai Mahajan Krishna Nam Kore Pai Prem Mahadhan. That Mahajan who is surrendered to the name chants Krishna Nam and attains the great wealth of Prem. And remember, Shraddha, sorry, Sharanagati, surrender, is synonymous with Shraddha. And so, if you actually believe, like you fully believe what you hear, what you've heard from Srila Gurudev, from Srila Prabhupada, from our acharyas, if you truly believe it and like you have firm faith in it, then that faith has to be backed by action. Otherwise, you don't really truly believe it. If you don't really believe the names of the glories of the name, then you're not going to fully surrender. If you, yeah. Dash aparad shunya vyaktir lokhan. The symptoms of one who is free from the 10 offenses. Okay, so now here are the symptoms of one who is free from the 10 offenses. Ataiv sadhuninda jatane chariya paratattva vishnu shuddha manete janiya. Therefore, carefully giving up any criticism of sadhus, knowing within his purified minds that Vishnu is the supreme truth. Srila Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura says, one does not achieve everything just by giving up the 10 offenses. Apart from the 10 offenses, there's also 10 activities that one must perform. These are located in the instructions to give up the offenses. Right? These are located in the instructions to give up the offenses. Okay. Wait, is this saying that we don't just um this last sentence, I'm wondering. These are located in the instructions to give up the offenses, the positive activities. So we don't just give up performing these aparads, but we have to replace it with a positive action. So, wait, let's just, actually, never mind. Okay. Nam Guru Nam Shastra Sarvotama Jani Vishuddha Chinmoy Nam Hridayete Mani. And I'm going to read these two sentences together. So the previous verse said, therefore, carefully giving up any criticism of sadhus, knowing within his purified minds that Vishnu is the supreme truth, Vishnu is the Paratattva, and knowing that the Nam Guru, the Guru who gives the holy name, and the Nam Shastra, those texts that glorify the name, are supreme, considering within the heart that the name is transcendently pure and spiritual, Papspriha papij tyajiya jatane pracharya shuddhanam shraddhanvita jane, and endeavoring to reject the desire to engage in pop, which is the seed of pop, um, and teaching those persons who have shraddha about shuddhanam, anya shubha karma hoite loya viram, smareje sharanagata apramadena, and ceasing all other auspicious activities. When one is surrendered, when one who is surrendered remembers the name, free from inattention. So that was one sentence across 4 verses. Giving up any criticism of sadhus, knowing within his purified mind that Vishnu is the supreme truth, knowing that Nam Guru and Nam Shastra are supreme, considering within the heart that the name is transcendently pure and spiritual, endeavoring to reject the desire to engage in pop, um, which is the seed of pop, teaching those persons who have shraddha about Shuddhanam, and ceasing all other auspicious activities. And one who is surrendered remembers the name, free from inattention. Okay, Niraparadhe Name Loele alpa dine bhavodoy hoy. After a few days of chanting without offense, bhav arises. Wow, so easy. Okay. She dhanya tri jagate, she bhagyavan, Krishna kripa jogya she guner nidan. Such a person is blessed within the, such a person is blessed within the three worlds and most fortunate. He is eligible to receive Krishna's mercy. He is an abode of good qualities. Atti alpadine tar Śrīnam grahane. Granane? I think it's supposed to say grahane. That's my guess. Bhavodoy hoy ar pai premadhane. In a few days, by chanting Śrīnam, Bhav will manifest, and they will attain the wealth of Prem. Jai. Just within a few days. Atti alpadini. Just in a few days. By chanting the name, Bhav will arise, and then one will finally attain Prem, the wealth of Prem. Unnati Krama, the stages of advancement. Evam bhuta janer sadhan dasha pray. Ati swalpa dine jai Krishner ichai. Bhava dasha hoite hoite prem dasha hoy. Prem dasha sarva siddhi sarva shastra koi. After a few days, by the will of Krishna, a person at the stage of sadhan, of the sadhan dasha, that person comes to the stages of bhav, the bhav dasha, and then the stage of prem, prem dasha. All the Shastra declares that this is the highest perfection. And Śrīla Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura says, if one takes refuge in the name according to the teachings of Sri Haridas Thakur, then one will cross the stage of sadhan dasha in a few days. Wow, if we just can follow these instructions just for a few days, if we really seriously follow these instructions in Harināma-cintāmaṇi, then in a few days we'll reach the stage of bhav. God, it sounds so easy. Why can't I do it? Tumi boliyacho nam jai mahajan, loibe niraparade pabe premathan. You have stated that a Mahajan who chants the name without any offense will attain the wealth of Prem. Vyatirik bhave, Vyatirik bhave ihar chinta. Considering the opposite of this. Aparādha nahi chhadi nama jadi loy, sahasra sadhane tar bhakti nahi hoy. If one chants the holy name but does not give up these offenses, then even by engaging in thousands of sadhans, one will never achieve bhakti. Jnane mukti karme bhukti jnani karmi jane, sudhurlabha Krishna bhakti nirmala sadhane. The Jnani and Karmi know that through Jnana one attains mukti, and that through karma one attains bhukti, material enjoyment. But it is extremely rare for them to attain Krishna bhakti even by performing pure sadhan. Bhukti mukti shukti sama bhakti mukta fal, jiver mahima bhakti prapti sunirmal. Bhukti, material enjoyment, and mukti, liberation, are like oysters, whereas the result of bhakti is like a pearl. The jiva achieves glory when he attains pure, unalloyed bhakti. That's a beautiful example. Oysters are just meant to give you the pearl. So, yeah, anyways, okay. If you engage in karma, like you're endeavoring and performing different acts, but it's not for bhakti, then it's just like an oyster. It's useless. And gyan, if you're trying to gain knowledge, but it's not about Krishna, then it's also useless. The karma and gyan are for the purpose of attaining bhakti. All knowledge and activities are only for bhakti. Sadhane naipunya joge atyalpa sadhane bhakti lata prem phal den bhakta jane. When devotees are expert in the state of sadhan, The Bhakti Lata, the vine of devotion, or the creeper of bhakti, awards them the fruit of prem, even after engaging in a little sadhan. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, by engaging in sadhan expertly, devotees will attain prem, the fruit of the Bhakti Lata, even after a little sadhan. Bhajan Naipunya, expertise in bhajan. Expertise. What does this here he says sadhane naipunya yoge. So what does that naipunya, what does that expertise mean? Let's see what he says. Dasha aparad chari namer grahan ihai naipunya hoy sadhan bhajan. Avoiding the 10 offenses while chanting the holy name is considered to be expertise in sadhan and bhajan. Huh. Okay, so what is naipunya? What does expertise in sadhan bhajan mean? It's just dash aparad chari, avoiding the 10 offenses. That's what it means to be expert in bhajan. It's just to avoid the 10 offenses. But of course, as we've been reading in every chapter, to give up the 10 offenses, you have to perform all sorts of positive acts. Like there's the rectification of the 10 offenses, always, being in sadhu sangha and always constantly chanting the name and like that. So it's as we read before, it's not giving up the 10 offenses isn't just a negative thing. It has to be, you can only do it through engaging in the positive. So nam aparadir gurutab, the severity of nam aparad. अतएव भक्ति लाभे यदि लोभ होय दश अपराध छाड़ी कोरी नाम आश्रय. Therefore, if one has greed to attain bhakti, one should avoid the 10 offenses and take shelter of the name. Eka eka aparad satarka hoya jatanete chari chite vilap koriya. One must be careful about each of the offenses and lament in his heart for not giving them up. नामेर चरणे कोरी दृढ़ निवेदन नाम कृपा होले अपराध विध्वंसन. By firmly dedicating oneself at the feet of the holy name, the name will be merciful and one's offenses will be eradicated. Anya shubha karme naam aparadha koy kono prayashchitta joge kabu nahi hoy. Other auspicious activities or various types of atonement can never destroy these offenses. There's no way to destroy these offenses by any kind of auspicious. It doesn't matter what you do, any kind of auspicious activities or types of prayashchitta, like penance, trying to atone yourself. What is the way? By firmly dedicating oneself at the feet of the holy name. That's the only way. By dedicating oneself at the feet of the holy name. Then these offenses can be eradicated. There's no other way. Nam aparad parityager upay. The method to give up nam aparad. Avishranta name nam aparad jai. Tahe aparad kabu sthana nahi pai. By continuous chanting of the name, nam aparad disappears. Then those offenses never find any place in the sadhak. And then what is the meaning of Avishrantanam, continuous chanting of the name? Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, Nam aparad will be destroyed if one chants the name at all times, apart from when one needs to sleep in order to perform one's daily functions. Nam aparad is not destroyed by any other auspicious deeds or atonement. Divaratra nam loy anutapa kore, tabe aparad jai nam phala dhore. Day and night, one should chant the name and feel remorse. Anutap. Then the offenses will disappear and one will achieve the result of Nam. Aparad gate shuddha namer udhoy. Shuddha Nam Bhavamoy Ar Premamoy. When the offenses have gone, Shuddha Nam appears. Shuddha Nam overflows with Bhav and Prem. Dasha Aparada Jeno Hridaye Na Pashe. Kripa Koro Mahaprabhu Maji Naam Rase. O Mahaprabhu, be merciful and immerse me in Naam Ras, so that these 10 offenses never enter my heart. E Bhaktivinoda Haridasa Kripa Bole Harināma-cintāmaṇi Gai Kutuhale. By the mercy of Haridas, this Bhaktivinoda chants Harināma-cintāmaṇi with astonishment. Jai Iti Shri Harināma-cintāmaṇo Ahaṁ-mama-bhāvāparādha vicharo nama trayodasha parichedaha. Thus ends the 13th chapter of Shri Harināma-cintāmaṇi, entitled A Deliberation Upon the Offense to the Name by Maintaining the Mentality of I and Mine. All right, so that is our reading for today. Well, there's still 10 minutes left. Maybe we can read a little something about Srila Bhaktivinoda Goswami Maharaj, whose appearance date it is today. And I'm just saying, we just finished chapter, so there are only 2 chapters left. Chapter 14, which is on the topic of Seva Aparad, offenses during service, and then the final chapter, which is the longest chapter in the book, chapter 15, is Bhajan Pranali, the method of bhajan. This chapter will take 2 days to read for sure. Yeah. Jai Shri Harināma-cintāmaṇi ki Jai. Jai Shri Saccidānanda Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura ki Jai. Jai Namachai Shri Haridas Ṭhākura ki Jai. Jai. All right. If there's anything that anybody's been wanting to say and anything that we've been reading, yes, Sarveshwari Mataji.
Where are you? Are you in actually in Mayapur? Just describe where are you now because it's
Oh yeah, I know last night I came back to Sajan Sevak Gaudiya Math, and I'm just here for one day, and then I'm gonna go back to Mayapur tomorrow, and then I won't be coming back to Navadvip. I'll just be staying in Mayapur. But
so
yeah, I just
now you are in the building of Mayapur, just there.
no. Now I'm in Navadvip. I'm in our Sajan Sevak Gaudiya Math. I'm on the roof. I came
On
up
the
to
roof.
the yeah. Yeah, people will be staying here. Already there's one person staying there, but yeah. So so yeah. I just came up to the roof because there's a lot going on downstairs, and so yeah. I
So
just
how
came
is
because
family, Gomata?
oh yes, she's doing well. I think she will start freaking out though once everybody arrives. You know, like thousands of people are gonna be staying in this place here, and she doesn't like people. So, but yeah, she's okay for now. But yeah, she's able to serve all the Vaishnavas with her milk. Lots of people are drinking her milk now, so it's nice. All right, so let's read a little something. We just have 5 minutes. Let's just see. I'm gonna see what's on vcvani.com. This is Srila Bhaktivedanta Bharati Goswami Maharaj's website. Srila Bhakti Vivek Bharati Goswami Maharaj. Let's open this in Reader. 1 second. Oh, and I'm gonna look at the comments really quick. Okay. Oh, and Haribo Rohini Nandan. Okay. Okay, it says this will take 3 minutes to read, and we have 5 minutes. Perfect. Okay, so this is a Bhav Anuvad of the Katha given by Srila Bhaktivinoda Bharati Goswami Maharaj on the disappearance date of Srila Bhaktivinoda Bharati Goswami Maharaj. I think today's his appearance day, right? Is it? Yeah, it's appearance day. And this was from Katha given on February 2nd, 2014 and February 1st, 2017. And look, there is a picture of Srila Bhakti Goswami Maharaj. We always hear about how he was ginormous, and you can see he really was. But yeah, you can look if you see a group photo and him standing there, he's a giant compared to everybody else. All right. So today is the disappearance day of my Shiksha Guru, Tridandi Swami Srila Bhakti Vivek Bharati Gosai Maharaj, a jewel-like disciple of Srila Prabhupada, who is especially empowered by Mahaprabhu. Srila Bhakti Vivek Bharati Gosai Maharaj was a senior sannyas disciple of Srila Prabhupada and a very good preacher with a wonderful character. Before joining the Math permanently, he was working at the secretariat, and he would spend his holidays at the Math on Ultadanga Road. That's also where Srila Prabhupada first met Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada. He stayed on the first floor. And I think this is the British or Indian first floor, not the American first floor. American first floor is the ground floor. But Srila Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada, he stayed by American terms, the second floor. During one such visit, he was returning to his room. Oh, wait. It's saying that Srila Bhakti Bharati Goswami Maharaj is staying on the first floor, wherever he was staying, right? I don't know. Wait. During one such visit, no, I think this is referring to Srila Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada. During one such visit, he was returning to his room when he heard Srila Prabhupada ask about him. So Srila Prabhupada said, "There is that boy. I don't see him anymore. But I recall how he used to hear Harikatha very carefully." Then he heard someone reply, "He has left to get married." And then Srila Prabhupada asked, "Nobody could make him stay back?" Then Maharaj, who was climbing the stairs, appeared in front of Srila Prabhupada and said, "I have returned." Srila Prabhupada asked, "You came back?" To which he affirmed, "Yes, I have come back." After this incident, he never left the Math, nor did he get married. Once, even though it was raining outside in Mayapur, he took the initiative to clean the vessels while getting drenched in the rain. When Srila Prabhupada observed this, feeling he had the appropriate qualification to accept sannyas, he told him it would be good for him to take sannyas. And one thing I noticed there in the Puri Math, this is the Gaudiya Asana and Mission, the Math of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Goswami Maharaj and Bhakti Vivek Bharati Goswami Maharaj, is that I went there and I once saw the sannyasi in the Math cleaning the stairs with a cloth, just like doing the menial services. And as far as I know, Srila Bhakti, both Srila Bhakti Vivek Bharati Goswami Maharaj and Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Goswami Maharaj really emphasize the point that there's no such thing as low service and high service, but any service rendered to Krishna is equal and transcendental. And so it doesn't matter if you're cleaning the bathrooms or if you're doing archana to Ṭhakurji, but it's all service to Krishna is equally transcendental. And so they'd have the sannyasis do menial services. He had a very tall figure. When he performed Nagar Sankirtan, he would attract many people. Srila Bhakti Vivek Bharati Goswami Maharaj had a broad face, and he did very nice kirtan. Being absorbed in kirtan, he would lift his hands up. He preached extensively. His katha was always very sweet. Once while preaching in Dhaka, several people opposed him, as there was a strong Sahajiya influence there. Nobody was prepared to even rent out a building for the Gaudiya Math. Nevertheless, Srila Bhakti Vivek Bharati Goswami Maharaj spoke katha in Dhaka for a month, and many attended his programs. He resolved to acquire land in Dhaka for the Gaudiya Math from the municipality there. Land could be easily obtained with the help of a letter from the commissioner granting permission. However, because of the prevailing opposition to the Gaudiya Math, no Hindu was willing to give their recommendation. In the end, a Muslim commissioner recommended him, and hence a large math was established in Dhaka. And I think it's the Sri Madhva Gaudiya Math. I think that's the name, something like that. There's a couple devotees there who always message me about the Gaudiya Kirtan app. Okay, so Maharaj carried out so much preaching there. Once there was an exhibition in which the story of Chota Haridas was depicted. There's also a picture depicting people collecting money from pilgrims in exchange for darshan of the deity in a temple. These type of people were also depicted using shaligrams to break groundnuts for eating. My God. Whereas this exhibition was largely opposed in Kolkata, the people of Dhaka very much appreciated it. Srila Bharati Maharaj made another mutt in Swargadwar by the name of Gaudiya Asan, and it is such a beautiful mutt. If you ever go there in Puri, um, every inch of the mutt is decorated with like it was beautiful paintings and sculptures. Like the whole mutt is just a piece of art. He later handed the matta over to Srila Shirup Siddhanti Maharaj, whose sevaks are taking care of it now. The matt in charge there is Muni Maharaj, very nice Vaishnav. He also handed over his Kolkata matt to Shirup Siddhanti Maharaj. And that's it. So, Jai Srila Bhakti Vivek Bharati Gosai Maharaj Ki Jai. And I also hear stories of how he was extremely strict with this is just how I remember it. But I always get details mixed up. But Srila Bhakti Vivek Bharati Gosai Maharaj, he was very like very strict and a little bit harsh on this boy Srila Bhakti Shrip Siddhanti Gosai Maharaj. And like I heard God, I can't remember details, but like something about him once drinking water or eating something without having taken charnamrita, and he chastised him so heavily. And and then when it came time for and like devotees were like sometimes like, oh my like you know, don't be so harsh on this boy. But then when it came time for all the devotees to go traveling, preaching, then Srila Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada, he asked him, like, okay, so who are you God, something like, who are you going to be traveling with? Or something happened, like something, and then Srila Bhakti Sri Saranti Goswami Maharaj is with Srila Bhakti Vivek Bharati Goswami Maharaj, of course, like who else? And yeah, he was Srila Bhakti Sri Saranti Goswami Maharaj was the perfect example of how one should embrace the chastisement of Guru and Vaishnavas. And he accepted Srila Bhakti Vivek Bharati Goswami Maharaj as his Shiksha Guru, and then he became the Acharya. Like that. There, yeah. So yeah, I want to hear the details of that and like be able to tell it. There's something like that though. So yeah. Anyways, Jai Srila Bhakti Vivek Bharati Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. All right. So I'll just do a short Mahamantra and end for today. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Nitai Gaur Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaur Hari Bol Nitai Gaur Hari Bol Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur, Hari Bol. Oh, and one more thing about Srila Bhakti Vivek Bharati Goswami Maharaj and Srila Bhakti Shrirup Siddhanti Goswami Maharaj is that they published all the Upanishads, like the 12 Upanishads, um, and the commentaries of Bhagavad Gita by Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur and Srila Baladev Vibhushan, Vedanta Sutra, and then he made his own commentary, like getting all these different verses from Chaitanya Charitamrita and other places and also to show which verses, because Vedanta Sutra is the commentary of Srimad Bhagavatam, right? And so then he would show which verses of Srimad Bhagavatam is explaining which verses of Vedanta Sutra. And so he did that. Well, that I think did Baladev Vibhushan do that? Anyway, Srila Bhakti think I can't remember Srila Bhakti. It might have been Srila Bhakti Sri Saranti Goswami Maharaj, but then he gave many verses from Chaitanya Charitamrita also to sustain to like related verses. all throughout. And also, um, the three books by Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. What is it? Bindu, Kana, and like there's the Bhagavatamrita Kana, the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu Bindu, and Ujjwala Nilamani, Kiran. So those three books. And so my Gurudev would use his Bengali editions to publish all those books. I think my Gurudev published, except my Gurudev didn't do the Upanishads. But yeah, so that was another huge contribution to our Gaudiya family. All right. Jai Shri Saccidānanda Gaur Hari Ki Jai, Shri Shri Radha Vinod Bihari Ju Ki Jai, Shri Govinda Gopinath Madan Mohan Ju Ki Jai, Jai Shri Gurudev Ki Jai, Jai Shri Param Gurudev Ki Jai, Jai Shri Prabhupada Ki Jai, Shri Rupanu Gauriya Guru Varga Ki Jai, Swapashad Shri Gaur Nityananda Prabhu Ki Jai, Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopigan Ki Jai, Shri Giriraj Maharaj Ki Jai, Shri Tulsi Maharani Vrinda Devi Ki Jai, Jai Shri Harinam-cintāmaṇi Ki Jai, Jai Namachay Shri Haridas Ṭhākura Ki Jai, Jai Saccidānanda Gaur Hari Ki Jai, Jai Shri Harinam Prabhu Ki Jai, Shri Harināma-cintāmaṇi Ki Jai, Jai Shri Saccidānanda Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura Ki Jai, Jai Shri Bhakti Vivek Bharati Gosai Maharaj Ki Jai, Jai Shri Tadya Shubha Abhirbhav Titi Ki Jai, Shri Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai, Samagata Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai, Shri Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bo. Vrindai Tulsi Devai, Priyai Keshavashacha, Krishna Bhakti Pratidevi, Satyavatai Namo Namaha, Vancha Kalpatarubhyashcha, Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha, Patitanam Pavanebhyo, Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Dandavat Pranams, Nri Hari Prabhu, Bhavatarani Mataji, Nitai Mukesh Ji, Archana Mataji, Gokuleshwari Didi, Chattamai Mataji, Sarveshwari Mataji left. Let's see. Prajumna Prabhu, Mantramurti Mataji, Ganga Mataji, Vrinda Didi, Rukmini Didi, and Vidyalalasa Didi, Rohini Nandan Prabhu, Fuleshwari Didi, and all the other devotees, Indira Mataji, Raseshwari Mataji, and all the other devotees watching, and all devotees watching in the future. Dandavat Pranams. Haribol. Thank you so much for joining. Tomorrow we will read about Seva Aparad. Is there anything anybody wants to mention before we end our stream today?
Haribol, Dandavat Pranam Prabhu, just
Haribol, Dandavat Pranam.
appreciating the beautiful verse 43, which explains that if you can just avoid das aparad, then within a few days, there will be experience of bhav. This is stunning news.
Yes. And in that verse that we went over, like this for the last offense, now we've been hearing the glories of the holy name for, I think this is our 20th reading, right? So we've been hearing the glories, so many glories of the holy name and so many instructions. And so with that comes some responsibility. If after having heard all of these glories and then we're still like, whatever, then that is an aparad also. I mean, that was the topic of the previous chapter. But no, but it's also in this verse today. So, yeah, there's some responsibility that comes with this.
Such an important text to read.
Yes. Oh my God, so important. This is my first time ever reading Harināma-cintāmaṇi also, so
wow,
I'm really grateful for this opportunity. Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you. I mean, thank you for, as I always say, I wouldn't be reading it without all of you. So I'm very grateful to all of you for getting me to do this. And just one other thing. Today, we were reading about like this 10th offense is considering, even after having heard the glories of the name, then still thinking that having this conception of I and mine and thinking that's the most important thing, and yeah, not trying to surrender at all. So when we were just last year we were doing this Bhaktivinoda Giti Dhara program, and Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur wrote so many prayers, all on these so many songs, all on this topic of I and mine, and so many prayers to help us get rid of this conception. And so those songs are so helpful, so important to be able to overcome this aparad, to be able to give up this event. Yeah. And we're going to go over, like, I think maybe after Gaur Purnima, we'll start up. I don't know what we're doing after Gaur Purnima. Maybe we'll start up the Bhaktivinoda Giti Thara program again. But first, like, we're going to finish the rest of the Sharanagati and then Kalyana Kalpataru and Gitamala. But really, I want to go over the Sharanagati songs again. This is my first time ever going through them. And so, like, I was just kind of getting introduced to all the songs. But now that now that we've gone through it once, I think when we go over them again, it will be a lot more powerful because we've already, like, somewhat familiar with them. So we can go, like, another level more deep into all of them. And that was a really powerful time. Like, I even noticed when we were going through the Sharanagati songs, um, I noticed an effect on my consciousness when I was trying to chant and like that. It's really essential. And our acharyas gave so much emphasis on that. So yeah, I'm eager to come back to Sharanagati another time. That's all I'm saying.
Great news.
Yeah.
Great news. Looking forward to it.
It's so much, like, anyways. But yeah, uh this will be our eternal thing, I hope. So hopefully we'll be able to continue revisiting everything. And yeah. So all right.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you. I'm just checking out the comments on YouTube and Facebook again. All right. Dandavat pranams, everybody. Is there anything more? If not, I'll end it now. All right. Jai Shri Radhe. See you all tomorrow. Haribol.